Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now let me stop playing though. What's the word? Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam to my Muslim brothers of Rahmatullah. Happy Ramadan. Um, as y'all know, back, back like J Man would he be saying, we back with another one. Nah, we back, y'all. Um, with the codeine stories, Uh, you know, I hope everybody day was good. I hope everybody day is blessed. I hope everybody be safe. You know, stay out the way, pay attention. You know, watch your surroundings if you're in them trenches. But I left off on the other live. It was talking about like growing up on the west side of Chicago and growing up around my aunties and how Christmas was good. Christmas was always good for us. Like it never was a time that we really needed anything. Like I said, like I just recall like every Christmas being like a holiday, like you can depend on you can count on your aunties, they're gonna make something happen. And uh like I said, my granny she had six girls and two boys. And you know, we learned a lot from them, just growing up. Um, once we seen them, as we evolved into because I got like 13 other cousins and stuff. It was like 12 or 13 of us. All of us went to the same school. If anybody know Heffron Elementary, majority of us went to Heffron. Some Wilcox. You know, just growing up with a family, a structure. You know what I'm saying? And and there was less guys. It was more, it's just only my granddad and the two boys. You know, And though, like I said, those girls, they were tough. You know what I'm saying? It was more like my granny had a lot of boys at the end of the day because, they got up, they did what they had to do. They made sure life was easy for us. If one parent had to go to work or something, somebody will watch the kids. My granny, she always watched the kids as, um, as people got jobs and had to move. And my auntie, she always stayed upstairs. My auntie, she's one of my favorite aunties, and even with her, just watching how she moved and she really spiritual. She like one of my aunties that's really spiritual. Like just seeing the things that she was accomplishing and seeing things that how far she came and watching her be humble. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people showed me different characteristics. Some of my aunties told me how to be a monster and go get it and don't let nobody never take nothing from you. Some of my aunties told me be humble, sit back, watch what God do, watch and just watch and sit back. So it was I feel like it was the best of both worlds. And then my uncles, they was in the streets, so it was like we had best of both worlds. We knew which way not to go or just had some type of insight on what was going on in different type of environments and different people, like a religious world or club society world, social world, the streets. And like I said, growing up, it was always fun. I remember just growing up, I seen things like people running from the police. I remember one time I remember seeing one of my uncles, my cousin daddy, that nigga ran away from 12 with a motherfucking with handcuffs on, bro. Like, but it was always safe. I never seen the police do nothing to nobody. I never seen the police kill nobody. They'll chase you, you know what I'm saying? But like, times is different, just, you know, having family that really stood together. We always have our ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? And especially growing up on the block, like even with people on the block, like it was always, our block we all got along, but niggas wanted to see like who is the toughest, or you know what I'm saying? Niggas will try you on bro. Like everybody had to fight a motherfucker in the hood on bro. You know, you had to. I even fought. Like I fought a couple of times. I ain't gonna lie, not even a couple of times. I done fought low key times, couple of times in front of motherfuckers. Fights by myself when nobody was around. It's just shit like that happens. You know, especially growing up. You know, in an environment where it was a lot of shit going on. You know, we had families all over through the blocks and families in our neighborhood. It was a lot of families that was in the streets and they had a lot of kids, so everybody was tested. Even people that are coming our hood that we went to school with get tested on our side. Like it just used to be a lot of shit going on back then, but it was safe though. One thing about it, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like us '90s babies coming up into the early, like from 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. I'm gonna give it probably to '09. We kept shit safe, even the older people who was like in high school. You heard about people dying, but a lot of times shit was safe. You ain't really hear about shit niggas dying until really 2010, 2011 and shit. Like that type of shit once that drill movement started going in. But yeah, like in my neighborhood, like I ain't even gonna lie, like it was structured, but like I mean it was the regular shit, like drugs, you know what I'm saying, prostitution, uh, you know, police action, shootout sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna lie, like on some real shit, our area, like anybody know that whole little Cicero area, you know what I'm saying? In the K, our shit, we was known for homicide. Anybody will tell you that. Our area, not to brag like this shit cool, but it taught me, I'm glad I was raised up in an area where it was that going on. And my mama was teaching me shit because it taught me like, you know, you go somewhere else in that type of environment, you know how to fall back instead of being out in the opening and damn near finna get your shit blown off. Like our area was going down back in the day, yeah, right now. Like for real. Like shit used to be going on, but like as a kid, my mama always made sure like, yeah, we'll see certain shit, but sometimes we don't even see the block because we'll be gone somewhere. She'll make sure she take us somewhere. That's why it's important, for you to, take your kids somewhere different than just seeing the block, especially if y'all in like a high crime rate area where it's a lot of murder going on, a lot of drug selling going on, a lot of kids missing and shit. Like, cause your kid become a product of his environment, and it won't even be your fault, cause you can be a mother or father going to work, busting your ass, working 2 or 3 jobs. But if it's when these kids have a lot of time on their hand, like, how could you expect a motherfucker to, you know what I'm saying, keep up with their kids if they at work? Like, that's the same with me. That's how a lot of shit happened with me because my mom used to be at work. You know what I'm saying? And it's when I start smelling myself like, oh, gee, at work I can do what the fuck I want to do. But like as a shorty, like it started early now because a lot of parents is working. A lot of young parents is working. They have to work. They got to take care of the bills. They got to take care of home. So at the end of the day, it's more like these kids really out here really watching they show. I just pray I'm doing a lot to, all the kids that's losing their life and even the kids that's seeing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Growing up too, like in our hood, like I just remember like um, we even had celebrities in our hood. Like if don't nobody know Twister come from our area, the neck of our area, but the Bratt, she comes from our hood personally. She's one of us. She's an A blockian. So if anybody want to know, the Bratt is an A blockian. She's from Adams and Kilpatrick. She's from our block. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we do know her. She knows our parents, everything. Like I remember one time she came on the block club, brought Allen Iverson, all type of motherfuckers. She even brought Mariah Carey to granddad's funeral. Like the Bratt and our people been always tapped in. So like it's just been a hit, even with the music shit. Like music always been in our family, in our neighborhood. I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of people right now, like I know no bragging shit though. It's a lot of rappers that came from out of our hood or in the vicinity of the K. Like I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like people be talking about. Now I ain't even trying to shit on the Austin area or any other community because I ain't gonna lie. Right now, Austin got it on the rappers. Like, and I rap myself, and I rep the K, but Austin got it right now on the rappers. Like I'm not even gonna count. I'm just gonna be 1,000. But our land, the K is the home of the Mecca. That's like the home. To me, it's like the Mecca of rap. On bro, all the good rappers come from the K. On bro, like this bigger than some drill shit. This bigger than some whole other shit. Like do your homework. A lot of rappers done came from the K. Like even rappers now, Lil Chris. You got niggas like Lil Chris. You know niggas like a lot of rappers that's come from K. Niggas that fuck with Glow Gang. Like a lot of rappers, bro. Like a lot of rappers. Twister, the Bratt, like Coochie Conflict, like bro, these K-Town rappers, bro. I'm gonna make a story about how K-Town is the home of this rap shit, bro. Like Austin got it now, but really the Mecca or headquarters or something. I'm claiming that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The K-Town is the home of where rapping really originated. When you really want to talk about who rapping that shit, and niggas who got signed too. Austin doing their thing too. They gonna go down too as time go along. Like man, we was the rappers that when shit got busting, niggas took off. Bro, they got their shit going on too. Shout out Austin, shout out Von off 1700. Shout out the DCG boys. You know, even though I see it's a lot of shit going on with them, but I'm saluting anybody that's doing their motherfucking thing. Shout out to rappers out south, over east. Shout out to everybody that's trying to make it up out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to throw shade on nobody, parade on bro. Like one thing about me, I'm not on none of that. I give props when it's due. But growing up, you know, seeing a lot of rappers, even my uncle and one of my uncles, he was like pop on bro back then. His little ass could spit. And he still could spit on bro. I bet uncle still spit. But his ass was another motherfucker, like raw as hell, like bro, raw as hell at rapping. Like bro, back then it used to be fun as hell. Block club parties. That's another thing. Block club parties. My granddad, long live him, man. I'm gonna do a story time on my granddad too. Long live him. Birthday. Matter of fact, his birthday coming up, April the 3rd. But this man used to make sure we had a blast. Not even his grandkids, bro. It take a lot. I ain't gonna lie, it take a lot for a person, not only to make sure that they put a smile on 13 grandkids' face, put a smile on all their friends and everybody else that's part of the community or part of his hood. That man did every block club party. You know what I'm saying? He made sure shit was right. Him and my granny. And my granny, she continued to do that shit. I don't know if she's doing it now. I think she really stopped doing the block club, especially once the violence and shit started. But she kept that legacy going. Like one thing about her, she kept that legacy going as much as she could. And I respect my granny for that because that's a lot to do. And even with her, she'll feed the whole community, feed blocks, even if people don't give up the donation money or whatever, she still is. It is what it is because just like I might have it one day, you might not have it one day. It's like you might have it one day, I might not have it. And that's why I feel like our neighborhood was real life. We were stuck together, until like shit, everybody started going their own ways, and then new people come into the hood, and then you don't know these people, so everybody stay to themselves until then. Now it's new shorties and new this, everything getting new. This is with every neighborhood. But like one thing I can say about my granddad and my grandma, they made sure they fed everybody when it was time to eat. They made sure they looked out for people. Anybody that was unfortunate, they gave to. My granny, she still do it right now to this day, and she barely can walk, and she's still giving. She's still giving. That's why she received blessings. And I just want to know, like, damn, how could you still do this shit? Like this, that's tough for a person to, be able to still manage. That's tough, man. seeing my granny and my granddad always taught me business too. Make sure you have your business in order because they was also business people too. They had their own buildings and tenants. My granny and them had their own LLCs since I was a jit. I ain't gonna lie. They been about property LLC. That's what's with them. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes us young niggas, bro, we act like we don't be having nobody in our corner. And the whole time it be people right in our face that we could look up to, like your OGs, your moms, your dad, or your grandma, your granddad, or your aunties, your uncles. Especially if they made something out of nothing. Especially if they made something out of nothing. Like you gotta really pay attention. A lot of us be, oh man, ain't nobody there, ain't nobody here, nobody love me. Nah, man, you just gotta pay attention. Open your motherfucking eyes. Excuse my language, but open your eyes because at the end of the day, I could say nobody was there for me and this and that. But whole time, why would I say that knowing damn well I got a mother that's a person doing her thing. My grandma was a business person doing her shit. Aunties them doing their shit. There's no excuse for me not to be on top of my shit if I'm seeing this shit vividly before I was even able to get out here in this world. So like that's another thing we got to start holding ourselves accountable to why we ain't got to where we at yet, or why if we sit down on our ass be like, man, hold on, you supposed to be better than this because you didn't see your auntie or your grandma and them give up, or your mama give up when shit was tight. Like you gotta know how to work shit out and be, and figure out plan B's, and you just gotta be on top of your shit as a person, especially if you have people and role models around you. If you have role models around you that showed you the way, you shouldn't be lost. You should be able to find your way through these paths when everything get difficult for you. You should be able to breathe and be like, hold on. I remember I went through this situation. Now I can. Oh, I remember my mama went through this situation. Let me call her. Sometimes we get in our pride. We don't want to even think about people that we could even reach out to, or think about people that did shit and never gave up when we about to give up. So to you shorties out there, I know life gets hard, man. Life get hard. Keep your head up, and life get hard. Like for real. I know it get hard. I know it. I know some days you don't feel like doing this shit. Some days you don't feel like waking up, going to school, doing shit. You want to be a flunk because it's easy. It's easy. Anything that's easy to do, it's like, okay, give me something hard to do. Go pass the test, go get your motherfucking GED. Make sure you graduate this year. To all my seniors and eighth graders, even the kindergartens, the babies, or whoever in high school, graduate this year. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do because that shit matters. It matters right now at this point in your life. And if you ain't got education in your life, or you ain't got no role models in your life to lead you in the right direction, you're gonna fail. I'm telling you, you're gonna fail. It's coming from a person that failed before. You're gonna fail, bro. And like my mama always told me, bro, I didn't work my ass and bust my ass for you to be standing on no corner or toting no gun or doing this. So you gotta be more than just about the streets too, on bro. Life is more about the streets, bro. I'm gonna do a motherfucking video on how life is more than just about the streets, bro. So I'm gonna hit y'all back on my next live, man. Love y'all. Assalamu alaikum.